Larry and Dana, we proudly honor you today for your advocacy for children and your generous support of Catholic higher education. Together, you have been strong supporters of several charitable and faith-based organizations for children, including Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Wichita Children's Home, the Boys and Girls Club, and Catholic Charities Incorporated. Both of you have served on the board of the Guadalupe Clinic, and Dana, you served on the boards of the Circle of Hope and the School Council at Bishop Carroll Catholic High School. You both also have a long association with Newman University and the Adorers of the Blood of Christ. Dana, you attended grade school at Christ the King Parish, where you admired the dedication and faith of the many adorers who taught there. Following your graduation from Bishop Carroll Catholic High School in 1976, you attended classes at Newman for 2 years, where you developed an even stronger connection with the adorers. Together, you have also made several very generous gifts to Newman in support of Catholic higher education. You gave to the Capital Campaign in the 1990s to build O'Shaughnessy Hall and the gymnasium that bears the Fugate name. You also made a significant gift to the campaign for the Dugan Library and Campus Center, which includes the spacious Fugate Student Center. In 2007, 2 new student residences opened, one of which is named Fugate Hall, in honor of your longtime support of Newman, and in recognition that the building stands on the site where Larry lived as a boy. In 2013, you agreed to serve as the co-chairs of the Facing Forward campaign, the largest in Newman's history, to build the Bishop Gerber Science Center and renovate nursing and allied health spaces in Eck Hall. Your extraordinary gifts ensured the ultimate success of this $24.5 million campaign. Larry, you are the founder and chief executive of Fugate Enterprises, which owns and operates Pizza Hut and Taco Bell franchise restaurants across the United States and is involved in real estate and aviation. Both of you are strong supporters of St. Catherine of Siena Catholic School and Bishop Carroll Catholic High School, and are devout Catholics. Dana, since your birth, and Larry, since your conversion in 1995. Larry and Dana Fugate, for your outstanding support of children, the Catholic Church, and Catholic higher education, we hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Well, I drew the honors today, so I'll start with a couple things here that I'm not quite the speaker that we just had, but I will do my best to tell you a little bit of story about. Thank you. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Croce, the faculty, and the students at the university, Sister Tarcisia, my family, which is here, and my friends. 2 of those friends here in the front row was very instrumental in my life. Jerry Aaron, who helped me get started at Pizza Hut, and some of you might know this fellow named J.V. Johnston. I coached him when he was 12. Anyway, I'd like to start out with, if I can get my act together here. I'd like to start out with a speech that Bill Gates actually said to a group of students. He recently gave a speech to a school about 11 things that did not and will not, you will not learn in school. He talks about how feel-good, politely correct teachings created a generation of kids with no concept of reality, and how this concept set them for failure in the real world. Rule number one. Life is not fair. Get used to it. Rule 2, the world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. Rule 3, you will not make $60,000, $100,000 a year right out of school. You won't be a vice president with a car phone until you earn both. Rule 4, if you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss. And you can ask some of my employees. Rule 5, flipping burgers is not beneath your dignity. Your grandparents had a different word for burger flipping. They called it opportunity. McDonald's. Rule 6, if you mess up, it's not your parents' fault, so don't whine about your mistakes. Learn from them. Rule 7, before you were born, your parents weren't as boring as they are now. They got that way from paying your bills, cleaning your clothes, and listening to you talk about how cool you thought you are. So before you save the rainforest from the parasites of your parents' generation, try delousing the closet in your room. Rule 8, your school may have done away with winners and losers, but life has not. In some schools, they have abolished failing grades, and they'll give you as many times as you want to get the right answer. This doesn't bear the slightest resemblance to anything about real life. Rule 9, life is not divided into semesters. You can't get summers off, and very few employers are interested in helping you find yourself. Do that on your own time. Rule 10, television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. Rule 11, be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. Now, since I've messed myself up here, well, back to where I started was, my name is Larry Fugate, and this is my wife, Dana, who I wouldn't be here without her. As you had heard, she was a cradle Catholic, and I was a converted Catholic. And it was not because I married her, it was because I wanted to be. But it helped. Well, I am an entrepreneur, and I suspect many of you know what an entrepreneur is, but I'd like to give you a definition. One who organizes a business or undertaking, assuming the risk of the sake of the profit or reward. You must first give of your time, talent, and money before you expect to get a return. Very important lesson in life. Too many people today expect to get before they give. In school, you have to give first. I must apply myself before I get the grade. When applying for a job, too many people want this reversed. Or I've got the grade, give me a job. Dana and I own, as was mentioned earlier, Fugate Enterprises, which currently has 169 Pizza Huts in 9 states, 75 Taco Bells in 5 states, with about 4,500 employees. And by the way, we do own all the Wichita and Pizza Hut Taco Bells, so you're all welcome to come after the ceremony. But please pay. Do you know what an enterprise really is? The definition, and understanding, especially a big, bold, or difficult one. Dana and I are, as I said, are franchisees of Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. This means we have bought the right to develop stores in each of these concepts. We gave first. And believe me, as a franchisee, you do give, or you don't get the franchise. What we own today is not as important as to how we got here. I am a high school graduate with 6 hours of college. I married right out of high school and financially was unable to continue my education. By not being able to finish college, I learned real soon that I had to give before I was going to get. Prior to becoming a franchisee, I had several jobs. I was a night stalker in a grocery store. Does that sound exciting to anybody? Probably not, being a graduate. Worked on a assembly line for a company made vending machines. I was a carman apprentice at the Santa Fe Railroad, and it's not really there anymore, but I don't know if any here would know or understand what that meant, but when I'd go to work each morning, I'd put on a pair of overalls to put over my clothes because I'd be so dirty and grimy by the end of the day, I didn't want to wear them home. Parts distributor at Learjet. I was there when the first Learjet left the ground. Worked in the purchasing department, was promoted up to the purchasing department at Learjet. Then I became purchasing manager at Davis Manufacturing here in Wichita. Then I became a materials manager and purchasing agent for Pizza Hut. And I might add that Mr. Jerry Aaron helped me get there. After that, I became a franchisee of Pizza Hut. And when I became a franchisee, you could not continue working at the company and own stores. The importance of this story is it took me 10 years of always trying to do better at whatever job I had, realizing that when I had reached the top of the pay scale for a given job, I had to move on to get more money. I think I could have attained the same job level, the job that I had at Pizza Hut as the materials manager and purchasing agent, in 5 years less, had I had an education. In addition, the social skills and friendships and contacts you make in college put you way ahead of those that don't go. I bought 2 Pizza Huts in 1974. Anybody remember that year? I don't think so. And well, maybe these 2 guys down here might, but I started in the Taco Bell business in 1987, way before most of you were born. Today, Fugate Enterprises is in the top 10 in numbers of stores in both concepts. Now let me tell you why I think I have had success. I set goals and I stick with them. I believe you must first give before you get. I believe in the golden rule. You know, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. Just make sure you apply it first. The results will make you feel good. Maybe the golden rule is the same as being a good person every day. You take or make the first risk by being a friend, and you see the reward by pleasing that friend or helping someone. Sometimes you will not get the reward, or at least not what you expected. When that happens, you must be persistent. Don't give up and stay focused. To me, focused is one of the most important words in our lives. Those who stay focused get what they want. If you know what you want, you can attain it. If you don't know what you want, you will always get it. Make sense? How many times have you asked somebody what they want or want to do, and the answer is, I don't know, or I'm not sure? It is important for your success to know what you want to do in your life. We live in a very competitive world. The quicker you decide or know what you want to do or be, the better your chances of success. Number 1, define your goals. Be respectful to others. Number 2, life is a contest, battle of wills. Win by out-preparing or outdoing. You can kill your own will. Remember that. Don't kill your own will. Imagine your future. Be loyal, don't quit, and trust. Expect results. Never criticize. Don't always follow that one, but you shouldn't. Win or lose, be thankful. Prove your potential. We all have it. You must strive to be your very best and have the will to succeed. I always look at life a little bit like an upside-down cone. And I usually give the example to young men that have coached or that they're athletics. And just imagine for a minute, if you want to be a professional athlete, when you was 7 years old, how many people were involved? Well, you got to grade school, and how many people were involved? You got to high school, you got to college, and then it's the pros. The competition continues to get stiffer. I have a grandson that just graduated from college in Missouri, was an outstanding quarterback. He went to the combine this year, got heartbroken. Now, he still may get picked up, but the cone just gets tighter. Focus on what you want to be. Set goals on where you are today. Strive to be better tomorrow. Set more new goals, and remember, if it's okay in God's eyes, it's possible. Go for it. Believe in yourself. It is possible to become greater than many think you can. I am living proof. Fugate Enterprises is the top 50 franchise business in the United States today, and I'm extremely proud of that. I'd like to thank you for honoring Dana and I and letting me speak. She didn't want to, really. And I'd also, in closing, I'd like to say, go forth and be what you can be, because you all can be. Thank you.